This is my third try. We're going to get this in here to get you caught up for the whole year. We're going to rapid fire go through 8 months worth of budget in less than 15 minutes. We're going to try and keep this as short and sweet as possible considering we've had multiple job changes. So let's see how quick we can do this. So starting back in January, we brought over some sinking funds. We had some income. Merchandising was over a little bit. Biggest change is anybody who's been around for a while will notice this employer. I worked for them several years ago as a receptionist for quite a while at the emergency vet, and I am now back there doing their books, finally using my degree. So super excited about that one. Bar usual, dealership usual, some supplemental. So we had obviously a lot of income, but again, sinking funds here. So expenses were all pretty normal, nothing crazy here. Quarterly garbage, everything on point like it's supposed to be. Gas we were a touch under, groceries we were over, and you'll see this trend through the whole video, generally about $30 over. Other expenses all perfectly normal. Got my yearly tattoo for my birthday. So RJ had some dental work done. That was what that sinking fund was for. We did some work in our back room, pulled up carpet, put down laminate floor, blah, blah, blah. Had a car repair done and got some miscellaneous. So all of that said, we put a bunch of money into the car fund because we were gearing up to replace the Focus, and some more money into the home maintenance fund because we were getting ready to have our driveway redone and do some more stuff around the house. And we put some more into the dental fund because we didn't know what we were going to need there. So that was January. How'd we do? Pretty good. On to February. Let's see, a little bit of home maintenance there. RJ did a little bit of advanced merchandising. We were over pretty much everywhere, gearing up at the vet as I was training. Bar was normal, dealership was normal. Digital reflection paid quarterly, and some supplemental that I still don't know what it was for. In terms of expenses, again, all pretty normal, all the normal stuff on point. Gas, we were right on point. Groceries, we were only a hair over on this one. This was a 5-week grocery trip. All other normal expenses. It was my dad's birthday, so there was a gift there. Again, that small home maintenance thing, I'm not sure what we grabbed, but normal miscellaneous, just a little bit over. And we saved $650, $229 to the car fund, another $120 to home maintenance, and another $300 to dental to round that out, because again, we didn't know what we needed. And we did some, you'll see in most of these we were averaging for a while until the market dropped. We were getting about $25 worth of interest per month. So in this month, we were able to put $1,000 on the mortgage. We didn't do anything in January, but $1,000 in February, which was fantastic. So that was February. March, how are we doing? We're doing all right on time. I got my timer over here because I'm on a Chromebook that RJ got me for Christmas, and I can't see the timer, so we're going to get through this. March, you'll see the biggest difference. RJ was light on A-merch. We both had some driveline hours, and I was working at the vet, and the bar drops off here, and there's no dealership because I quit. It was a long time coming, couldn't work for the owner anymore, so those were off up there, and I was looking for new bookkeeping opportunities, legitimate bookkeeping opportunities, so you'll see those coming up. So that was a huge change there. Again, bills were pretty normal. We were way under for gas and over about $30 again for groceries. The rest of our bills were normal. My mom's birthday was in March, and we were starting to stock up on some Airborne and some other little things. And we put $200 into savings, $100 into the car fund, and $100 into the home maintenance fund. Nothing into the other two, and we were able to put $750 on the mortgage there. So not too bad in March. On to April. You'll see the car fund comes over, a little bit of home maintenance. Merchandising was all pretty normal, everything over as usual, same with the bookkeeping. And we got our little stimulus check there, which was useful. So again, expenses were all pretty normal and on point. Gas we were pretty well under, and we were over about $30 in groceries again. The rest, phones, cable, Netflix, Hulu, were all on point. This was April, right? We're in April. So Lightroom extended a hardship thing during the height of COVID there. So we didn't have to pay for Lightroom for a couple months. The dog got his flea collar, got some clothes for Gav, minimal home maintenance stuff, and we bought a car. The Focus died, and I got an 09 Chevy Cobalt for cash. and we were overbid on our miscellaneous here, really stocking up on that emergency because we've been on that daily ever since COVID. So this made up for the amount that we spent in the car fund. So it was all money that we made that month and brought that to zero. The remainder of our stimulus went into home maintenance as well as whatever extra we had for savings because we were gearing up to do our driveway and some other stuff around the house. I might have already said that. So that being said, for the month of April, we were able to put $1,100 on the mortgage. Super exciting given everything that was going on. We were really happy to be able to do that. So what do we got? Got 9 minutes left. We can do this, guys. In May, we did a whole bunch of stuff for home maintenance. I'll try to remember as many things down in the expense section, but brought money over from that sinking fund. All of the merchandising was pretty normal. This was a 3-check month for the vet for doing their books, so that was higher, and digital reflection paid out quarterly again. Again, expenses are all pretty normal for us except for car insurance. There was a weirdness when we bought the car and we got double charged, and so you'll see in the future that payment dropped way off to account for that. We were way under on gas, only $5 over on groceries for a 5-week grocery run there. Everything else was pretty normal. Another month off from Lightroom. So in home maintenance, the things that I can remember, we rented a dumpster, emptied out our basement and backyard and garage and all sorts of stuff. We installed a mosquito net on our porch, which was awesome. We put in a huge garden, like 100? No, I don't know. 60 square foot garden? Big old garden, 20 by 30. Big garden, and got some other stuff from Lowe's. So that's what all of that stuff was. Got some clothes for Gav, and I think a little bit for myself as well. I don't remember what we did for Gav's birthday, if I'm completely honest with you. I'm still looking at this one, trying to figure out what we spent money on. Oh, you know what? One of them was a game. I think we got him Animal Crossing. I don't remember what the other ones were, though. Food for something. Then it was Mother's Day. Got my mom a gift card and normal miscellaneous, more vitamins, lots of vitamins, a little bit of booze. And so this was our usual for that point. We were doing about 200 worth of savings, so 100 into the car fund, 100 in home maintenance. So bringing the car fund up slowly there and adding to the home maintenance fund as well, with our emergency fund funded and the dental just kind of sitting there with no real plans for that one at that point. In June, big old home maintenance transfer out of the sinking fund. Again, all of the merchandising was over. Things were starting to wind down, so the numbers are dropping here. Numbers were over at the vet. I think we had a bonus, and then I might have had some extra hours as well. And then this is the new bookkeeping company that I'm working for remotely out of Idaho. Super exciting. Thrilled for the opportunity. So this one is remote and I can do it from anywhere, which will facilitate us to hopefully be able to travel and take you guys with us in the near future. So fingers crossed on that one. And this is a good friend and coworker, one of her businesses that I'm doing her books for as well. So all kinds of bookkeeping in here, and we're scaling back on merchandising. So going full bore on that one. Real excited. So for June, expenses, again, pretty normal. Car insurance was back down to where it'll go up. You know, this was because of an extra payment, but it was back down where it should have been to account for that. Gas was under, groceries were on point. Everything else was pretty normal. Phones, cable, Netflix, Hulu, back to Lightroom. Home maintenance, we paid for a whole new driveway, dug out our driveway, put in a whole new one for cash. Super exciting. And then we did some other stuff that I can't remember what it was, but all sorts of good stuff in cash there. Father's Day was just a touch over. Got my dad a new chainsaw. So that's what that was for Father's Day. One of our niece's birthdays, and a bunch of miscellaneous, more emergency, more airborne. It was all in there. And we had 400 to save. That was our standard for a couple months there, doing 200 into the car fund just to get that built up for some repairs, and 200 into home maintenance for stuff, getting ready more for stuff next year, because I know we'll be doing windows next year. So all of that being said, we put an extra 350 on the mortgage in June, which was fantastic, considering the money that we spent in cash. So exciting. In July, minimal sinking fund transfer. We're just kind of hanging out at this point. Merchandising, RJ was a little bit low, driveline was a little bit high, the vet was over. Did we get another bonus? Got another bonus, frontline bonus. Um, Bookkeeping was starting to pick up, going through training, and this was a miscalculation, but these are now two bookkeeping contracts, I suppose, that I'm doing for, again, close friend and coworker. And this was just an insurance refund. So, yet again, pretty normal expenses. Gas was a little bit over, groceries was a little bit less over, and everything else was exactly on point. Nothing crazy. We did go way over on miscellaneous on this one, though. I think we really stocked up on a whole bunch of emergency and got some fast food that we hadn't planned for. And RJ's making all the pickles too. Oh my goodness, out of our garden, so many cucumbers into pickles. So in this month, we saved $200 to the car fund again to get that built up a little bit more, $200 into home maintenance to get that built back up, because we're also going to be getting a washer dryer in like the next week around Labor Day. And from the bonus, we saved $380 for a generator that we're going to be taking on the road with us. So all of that being said, we still managed at the end of July to put $1,000 on the mortgage. So super exciting. Let me get the last month here for you guys and we'll have made it. We can do it. So we transferred over a little bit more out of sinking funds. Let's see, a little bit under in merchandising there. RJ claimed a couple hours for me and we were over on both. Some hours at the vet we were over at the remote bookkeeping. And this is now 3 companies that I am helping a friend and coworker with her books. So that was on point, as well as one of the doctors that I work with is going to be needing my help going forward as well. So I started in August and I'll be doing some more help for her going forward, something like that. Digital reflection paid out quarterly and our expenses were pretty normal again. Electric's been pretty low. Car insurance was on. Gas was right on. We were just a hair over on groceries and we've started doing bi-weekly trips, which is why this number was so high. So it has been working out, even though we were a bit over. It has been actually going pretty well for us. So we're going to keep up with that and, minimal exposure, that whole thing. Everything else was pretty normal. Our cable bill hits really late, so that'll show up probably tomorrow. Everything else pretty normal. We got some, this was a motion detector light over the garage. We paid for the generator that we wanted because you'll see that dental fund is gone. So I dispersed that amongst the car fund, home maintenance, and generator. So we bought the generator that we want. I think it's a Jackery 500. The other niece's birthday happened and I am now finally contributing to retirement. RJ has a 401k and he'll be contributing to that out of the business as well. But I finally opened up a Roth IRA, so I'm going to try and at least be doing $100 in that going forward. Miscellaneous, we cranked up on purpose finally because we stocked up on more emergency. And our standard for right now is saving. We put $200 into the car fund and another $250 into home maintenance to get ready for windows in the spring. This generator, this is going to clear out at the end of this month, and that just goes into home maintenance now that that's been purchased. So we'll have some money in car funds, some money in home maintenance, just stuff to do around the house. We're just constantly moving stuff over. You'll see that our interest has plummeted to only $10 a month. But just this morning, I was able to make another $1,000 payment onto the mortgage. So thrilled to be able to be making these extra payments onto the mortgage. Thrilled to be doing bookkeeping to the point that it is paying the bills, and I'm moving towards shifting away from merchandising, especially if it's going to get us mobile. So really, really hopeful that we're getting everything shifted in the direction that we can work remotely, we can start traveling, and we'd love to take you guys with us and show us what that looks like. So we did it, you guys. I made it. We got 8 months done here in under 15 minutes on the third try. If there's anything that you guys are curious about, anything that you want me to elaborate on, I'd be happy to. Just let me know down in the comments. Let me know how your year has been. I hope that you haven't dealt with too many hardships with everything crazy going on, and I hope that you've been able to have success. But regardless, let me know the good and the bad. I'd love to hear about it and chat with you guys, and I will see you again soon. I promise I'm not going to bail again. Have a good one, you guys.